From Montana's news leader, this is the MTN Noon News.
Good afternoon and thanks for joining us on the Noon News. I'm Diane Parker. Jason Stiff has our Tuesday forecast. Plus, we take a look at body camera video from an officer-involved shooting in Bozeman. But first, our top story. From Billings to Crystal River, Florida, tributes are pouring in for Rocky Mountain football player Chandler Stalcup. The 18-year-old lost his life early Saturday morning during a late-night shooting on Poly Drive, leaving 2 teenagers arrested. This noon, the mayor of Crystal River, Florida, remembering the Rocky freshman, saying our prayers are with the Stalcup family. Chandler was a wonderful young man who made Crystal River proud. Stalcup's former high school also sending their thoughts, saying Chandler was an outstanding student and athlete at Crystal River High School. He was an even better young man who demonstrated a strong sense of character. A 16-year-old boy was arrested for that crime Sunday, and just Monday, a 17-year-old was arrested in connection to that shooting. It is an incident that first started in the 1500 block between Avenue E and F, sending several people fleeing as shots rang out. MTN's Jackie Coffin breaks down the latest developments from the campus of Rocky Mountain College.
The Rocky Mountain College campus is quiet Monday after a violent incident hit the Batlin Bears community hard. The loss of a freshman football player after a weekend shooting. Melted candles and flowers line the base of the iconic Bears statue at Rocky Mountain College. Remnants of a candlelight vigil held Saturday for 18-year-old Chandler Stalcup. Those tributes a stark contrast to this. Gunshots that started it all. No one was hit when shots rang out on 15th Street around 3 a.m. Saturday, but as officers were responding, it happened again. More gunfire, this time on the 900 block of Poly Drive, where the 18-year-old defensive lineman was shot.
He was someone that I looked up to on and off the field.
Taino Morales was one of Stalcup's high school teammates in Crystal River, Florida, where the 16-year-old first met Stalcup 3 years ago.
On the field, he was strong. He didn't care about what else happened. He just wanted to focus on his craft. And, off the field, just him being a family person, that kind of rubbed off on me.
And Morales is one of the many now trying to make sense of the senseless. While police have yet to release a possible motive for the shooting, 2 teens are now in custody. The 16-year-old who police say fired the fatal shots, and now a 17-year-old charged with deliberate homicide by accountability. A shooting that has left many struggling, both here at Rocky, where sports activities remain postponed, to Crystal River, Florida, Stalcup's hometown, a community remembering the 18-year-old as a leader and friend.
Honestly, I want people to realize how talented of a young man he actually was. He was very strong. He was passionate about the sport of football, and he loved his family. He loved his family a lot.
In Billings, Jackie Coffin, MTN News.
Rocky's president, Dr. Bob Wilmouth, told MTN they are mourning the tragic loss of Stalcup and hope the privacy of the family and campus can be respected at this difficult time. It is unclear if Rocky will play its football game this weekend in Arizona. Was a deadly police shooting justified? That's what we're still waiting to find out. A coroner inquest into the death of 36-year-old Michael Rogel is in the hands of a jury in Bozeman now. MTN's Jolie Salee reports.
Jurors gathered in a courtroom at the Law and Justice Center in Bozeman to review the officer-involved shooting that ended in the death of 39-year-old Michael Rogel. And the jury found Rogel's death to be justified. On April 3rd, officers responded to a call on Bungalow Lane stating Rogel had a shotgun and believed people were on the way to kill him. When officers arrived, Rogel allegedly drove off and became stuck in the snow on Greenmore Court. This body cam footage presented to the jury shows exactly what happened that day. The footage shows officers trying to de-escalate the situation, asking Rogel to keep his hands up and off of his firearm for about 30 minutes.
Michael, please keep your hands up. It's okay, dude. It's okay. Come on out.
Rogel allegedly fails to listen.
Raise your hands to hurt you.
5 police officers then draw their guns and shoot Rogel multiple times, also killing his dog. The footage is too graphic to show beyond this point, but it shows officers pulling Rogel from his vehicle, covered in blood. He's cuffed. Officers begin to try to resuscitate him, but he is pronounced dead. County Attorney Audrey Cromwell questioned several officers about what happened leading up to the shooting. We heard audio from multiple 911 calls and phone calls, a few between officers and Rogelle's mother, who revealed to police that Rogelle had a history of mental illness.
Supposed to be taking antipsychotics or some sort of medication, and he was not perceiving things as they are.
The county attorney called several more police officers to the stand to talk about what happened that day before the case went to jury. In Bozeman, Jolie Salee, MTN News.
In Hamilton, volunteers run the fire department and keep the community safe. On October 20th, the department was called on to help one of their own as firefighter Frank Shambles' home went up in flames. Luckily, no one was home when the fire started. That fire was likely started by a tree falling onto a power line and then sparking an old freezer. The house was destroyed along with the family's 2 dogs.
When good people have bad things happen, people in small towns like this, they really step up and help their fellow community members out. But in the community, I think it's just important for a family like the Shambles that really help their community out. You know, people they step up and they give back, and I think that it's really important to do that.
To donate to the Shambles family, you can visit Trail West Bank or give them a call. Reggie Watts returned to his roots over the weekend in Great Falls, performing a concert at the Newberry and signing copies of his new book for fans. On Friday afternoon, he carved out a couple of hours to make the day for some at-risk youth and learn more about the organization that's helping them. Watts stopped by the Alliance for Youth Center resource. From homework to housing, healthcare to substance abuse treatment, the facility operates as a central hub for services for vulnerable youth.
Just seeing this today, I was just getting like on the edge of tears. You know, how many times, like how many people care about these kids, and as crazy and as rambunctious as they are, you know that this means something, because later on they're going to look back and they're going to be like, wow, I'm so glad I had this.
According to the Alliance for Youth, more than 475 children in Great Falls are homeless at some point during the year, and more than 600 children are in foster care in Cascade County. That's more than double the state average. And that's a look at some of the day's top stories.
A good Tuesday afternoon. Happy Halloween, everyone. As far as the rain and snow is concerned, we don't have very much happening right now. Some light snow flurries trying to fall in far northeastern Montana. The further south and west you go, the clearer that sky is, except for west central and northwestern Montana. We still have lots of clouds, areas of fog, and freezing fog too. Missoula currently 27 degrees. It's a windy 41 in Livingston, 42 degrees in Billings, but only 24 degrees in Miles City. But for the western 2/3 of the state, significantly warmer than it was 24 hours ago. Lots of cold air filtering in from North Dakota into our eastern counties. But what's the forecast look like for Halloween in the next 7 days? Our forecast coming up in just a few minutes.